Today is Good Shepherd Sunday, and we remember and pray for all our shepherds, our Pope, our bishops, all priests, pastors, deacons, ministers, and all fathers and mothers as shepherds in the family. While I was thinking about Good Shepherd, a picture came into my mind while I was working in the mission in the North India. There used to be sheep and shepherds. They move from one place to another place. There may be in number 1,000, sometimes 2,000 sheep, and one whole family will be taking care of the fold. So while they are moving, one person will be in the front, leading and guiding. Sometimes I notice that maybe a boy leading all the sheep in the front. He makes some sound, and the sheep recognize. Whenever he makes a sound, the sheep stops, and again he makes a sound, the sheep moves. And if one sheep or two sheep go faster than him, he makes again a sound, and that sheep stops there. And the rest of the family will be at the back of the herd. They will have some camels, some dogs with them. So on the camel, we can see their belongings, their camp, their tent, everything will be packed up on the camel. And the rest of the family, the crew, they follow all the sheep. And they take care of all the sheep, especially the lame, the weak, the ill, the babies. They take in their hands, and sometimes they keep it over the camel. And they take care of every sheep. Now, all the sheep in the group, they know their shepherds. When the shepherd makes a sound, they all listen and obey. They don't listen to a stranger. If a stranger comes and makes some sound, they don't go after that stranger. And in the same way, the shepherds know all the sheep individually. There may be more than one group. They may be moving together, one after another. One group may be in the front, the other group in the back. But all the sheep know who is their shepherd. They don't mix up the group. They will be staying in their own group. And this may be the reason we find the image of shepherd in the Bible many times. And Jesus also in today's gospel passage we heard is using the image of a shepherd and sheep. And he said, I am the good shepherd. And Jesus also mentioned about the bad shepherds. Because at the time of Jesus, the shepherds of the Israel, the Jews, were like bad shepherds, like hired men. The shepherds of the Jews, they are the Pharisees, the scribes, the priests. They are all shepherds. But they behave like hired shepherds. They are not taking care of the sheep. They are taking care of themselves and their family. They are not worried about the crippled. They are not worried about the weak. They are not worried about the widows and the orphans. They are worried about themselves. And this is what Jesus noticed when he was teaching the image of I am the good shepherd. Now, when he said, I am the good shepherd, he also said some qualifications of a shepherd. The first thing he mentioned in this gospel passage is a good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. That means there is a sacrificial love that is necessary for a shepherd to become a good shepherd. So the shepherd has to sacrifice his whole life. Sometimes he may have to die for the sheep. He may have to protect the sheep from all enemies, wild animals, anything that can come against the sheep. The shepherd has to protect the sheep from all these things. So there is a sacrificial life. And Jesus showed this sacrificial life on the cross. He died on the cross to redeem all of us from the bondage of sins, from the slavery of the evil. So he has to sacrifice his life to save us. And so he said, a shepherd has to lay down his life for the sheep. The second requirement for a shepherd is, Jesus mentioned in this passage, I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. There is a mutual understanding between the sheep and the shepherd. The shepherd should know, even if it is a large number, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 sheep, the shepherd knows each and every sheep in this group. That is very important to become a shepherd. And in the same way, each and every sheep in the group knows the shepherd, who is the shepherd. And they listen to the shepherd. They don't disobey. They obey the shepherd, and they listen to the shepherd, and they are taking care. So this mutual understanding between the sheep and shepherd is very necessary to become a good shepherd and a good sheepfold. Again, Jesus mentioned here, there are sheep that do not belong to this group, and I must bring them to this fold. They will listen to my voice, they will come to me. And there will be one flock and one shepherd. So here Jesus mentioned about the missionary responsibility of a shepherd. The shepherd is not bound to his own sheepfold. He has to take care of the other sheep. So that means we must always work for bringing more and more people to the fold. If a pastor is taking care of only those who are coming to the church, he's not a good shepherd. The pastor has to be worried about, he has to take care, he has to pray for the sheep that do not come to the church, the people who do not practice the faith, the people who are leaving the church, the people who are not Catholics, the people who are not practicing Christian faith, the people who are not at all Christians. So we must be worried about, and we must take care of those people around us. So that is a missionary responsibility of the pastor. So dear brothers and sisters, when we celebrate the Good Shepherd Sunday, let us remember all the shepherds in the church. We are all shepherds. Our Pope is the shepherd of the church. All the bishops are shepherds. All the priests are shepherds. All the ministers are shepherds. And all of you, fathers and mothers sitting here, you are all shepherds of your family. You are shepherds of your family, and you have the responsibility of taking care of your family. And we know how a father or a mother is taking care of the family. If one child is ill, the parents are so much worried, taking the hospital, giving the best treatment. If one child is weak in the family, then the parents are giving so much concern and care for that child. And this is how a good shepherd works. So we must be a good shepherd for the family. And also we must also take care of the sheep that do not belong to your fold, your family, your neighbors, the strangers you meet, the people who are in need of you, who ask your help, and who are working with you, maybe in your office or in places where you go. They are all sheep that do not belong to your fold, and you have to take care of them. You have the responsibility of bringing them to the supreme shepherd, Jesus Christ. So, dear brothers and sisters, let us pray for all the shepherds in our church. We need more pastors for the church. And today, we are not having sufficient priests or sufficient pastors to lead the church. So we must pray for more vocations on this day, so that more people may come forward to become shepherds for the flock. Let us pray for all these. God bless all of us.